DeMargio Jenkins, known as Houdini, always felt a strong connection to Driftwood, his neighborhood at Jane and Finch in Toronto. It wasn't just a place, it was the heart of his life. Driftwood was lively, diverse, and full of energy. Houdini spent his early years attending community events, playing basketball with friends, and soaking in the vibrant atmosphere of more than 100 languages. He shared a close-knit home with his parents and two sisters, Kim and Maya. Growing up, he and Maya, just a year apart, shared a room where they enjoyed watching TV shows like Hannah Montana. Christmas was a special time when their parents showered them with toys. As Jenkins got older, his family knew the perfect gifts for him were cash and Air Jordans. Miss Blossom, Jenkins's grandmother, was a beloved figure in the neighborhood. Living across the street, her home was a gathering place for Jenkins and his friends. Known for her generosity, she often opened her doors to relatives and neighbors facing tough times. Miss Blossom, who worked as a chef, would return home late, but never failed to cook delicious meals like curry goat and fried chicken for everyone staying with her. Miss Blossom's house became a refuge, hosting up to 12 people during one memorable summer. Amidst the chaos and love, she created a sense of warmth and acceptance. In the evenings, her kitchen became a hub of activity where the aroma of home-cooked dishes mingled with the sounds of shared laughter. Houdini's childhood in Driftwood was shaped by these experiences, family bonds, community gatherings, and the comforting presence of Miss Blossom. Little did he know that this close-knit upbringing would lay the foundation for a journey that would take him far beyond the familiar streets of Toronto. Since he was a little kid, Jenkins dreamt big. He wanted loads of money and to be a big deal. At just 9, he told Miss Blossom he wanted a bank account. At the bank, he did all the talking, showing off a shoebox full of cash. Making money was like a game for him, whether it was selling his stuff or pushing chocolate door to door. Every July, on his birthday, he'd go all out shopping for fancy brands like Burberry and True Religion. After a stylish photo shoot and social media post, he'd sell the clothes, often making a profit. Jenkins was sharp, driven, and charming. He didn't bother much with studying, but aced subjects like math and science effortlessly. Academic success wasn't his aim. He craved the spotlight. So instead of hitting the books, he poured his energy into basketball. Even when he was shorter than the other players, he practiced tirelessly, filling his room with trophies and NBA posters. But as Houdini hit his teen years, life got tough. First, his family moved to Brampton for a supposed better life. However, he found Brampton uncool and made a beeline back to Driftwood whenever he could. Then, when he was barely a teenager, his parents split. The same year, Miss Blossom, his rock, underwent surgery and shockingly passed away from a pulmonary embolism. His once strict mom sank into sorrow, and his sister Kim, in her early 20s, stepped up as the main caregiver. In grade 10, Houdini faced another blow when he got cut from the basketball team at his Brampton High School. Crushed, he started avoiding school and hung out more with friends in Driftwood. Life was taking unexpected turns for the young dreamer. At 16, Houdini found himself entangled in small-scale criminal activities, aiming to be, as Kim described, the star of the neighborhood. He tiptoed on the edge between mischief and serious trouble, facing multiple arrests for thefts and break-ins. Kim often played the role of the rescuer, showing up to bail him out. However, Houdini envisioned a different future for himself by the time he hit 18. No more run-ins with the law as an adult. He was determined to find a better path, and find it, he did. In his late teens, Houdini discovered a new avenue that would redefine his trajectory. Many of his friends from Driftwood were making waves in Toronto's underground rap scene, some even catching the attention of renowned artists in the US. Houdini joined the rap scene, drawing inspiration from the music that surrounded him in his upbringing. Aaliyah and Saudi blaring from his mom and sister, and the Jamaican reggae vibes from his father. To Houdini, a career in rap held the promise of endless possibilities. The chance for wealth, visibility, a devoted fan base, and the avoidance of what he termed street shit. The allure of such potential fueled his passion for this newfound musical journey. When Jenkins made the bold decision to leave high school just a few credits shy of graduation to pursue a career in rap, It left his family disappointed. His parents had envisioned a future in law for him, with his dad even offering to finance his university education. However, Jenkins had a different plan. He asked his father to redirect the funds towards Maya's schooling instead. In a matter of months, he rebranded himself as Houdini. When questioned about the choice of name in an interview, he playfully responded, "What does Harry Houdini do? He makes magic." Little did he know, within a short span, Houdini would be on the cusp of becoming one of Toronto's most prominent superstars. However, an audacious act of violence abruptly halted his ascent. Fondly known as How, he weaved narratives of his life in Driftwood, his unyielding ambition, and his insistence on carving his own path in his rap lyrics. One of his initial breakthroughs came with the track Late Nights, released in 2018 alongside Burna Bandz on the album NorthsideBenji.
Late night, what's the price? Chopping, finessing, jugging all my life.
Additionally, he collaborated with his friend NorthsideBenji on the hit track Levels, where he declared his aspiration to secure 1 million and uplift his comrades from the ghetto.
I'm tryna get me 1 million, take all my bros out the ghetto. Get me 1 million. Up in the field, gotta stay with it still. When you hold it, can't let go.
Both tracks achieved gold certification in Canada. Late Nights boasts over 9 million views on YouTube and 6.5 million listens on Spotify, while Levels garnered 4.5 million views on YouTube. Houdini's musical journey was undeniably on a trajectory towards greatness, until a tragic incident brought it all to a heartbreaking halt. Houdini possessed not only musical prowess, but also a captivating presence, enhanced by his striking good looks and an impeccably flashy style. Adorned in head-to-toe designer garments and gold chains dripping with diamonds, he exuded magnetism that transcended his musical talent. His charisma and distinctive style resonated with fans, amassing a robust Instagram following of over 140,000, affectionately known as the Hooligans. Beyond social media, Houdini's financial success soared, with substantial earnings from top songs across platforms like Apple, Spotify, and YouTube, potentially amounting to tens of thousands of dollars per track. In a moment of triumph, he proudly shared a screenshot of his first significant payout with his sister Kim, declaring, "Bout to be the first multi-millionaire in the family, sis. For us." The year 2018 marked a pivotal relocation for Houdini, who made the move to Vancouver. This strategic decision was largely influenced by the city's proximity to Los Angeles, a frequent destination for him to network with American rappers and record labels. Immersed in his craft, he spent extensive hours in recording studios, meticulously refining each track to perfection. Seeking input from friends and fellow artists, he would play different versions, debating the merits of auto-tune and refining rhymes. Whether at restaurants, in bed, or during plane trips, Houdini diligently jotted down lyrics on his phone's notes app, showcasing a relentless dedication to his artistic journey. Houdini's initial forays into Los Angeles reflected a more touristy vibe than a showcase of his talent. However, undeterred, he persistently returned, diligently working his connections, investing time, and engaging in meaningful conversations. Suddenly, glimpses of his burgeoning network flooded Maya and Kim's social media feeds. Images of him bowling with rap heavyweights Young Thug and Gunna, or videos from Meek Mill's star-studded parties. In one instance, Houdini casually mentioned knowing Lil Uzi Vert, a friend of Meek Mill, when asked about his entry into a party. The rapper even crossed paths with none other than Jay-Z during his LA endeavors, weaving a web of collaborations with Toronto artists Pressa and Tory Lanez. Despite receiving tempting offers from record labels in both LA and New York, Houdini opted not to hastily ink any deals. In his own words, "When you're signed, people expect way more from you." He recognized the pressure to maintain stellar numbers, image, and overall aura, expressing a desire to prove himself independently. Eschewing the conventional path, Houdini aimed to achieve success without the backing of managers, marketers, or slick productions, resolute in resisting external influence that might alter his artistic vision. In his track, Myself, part of his 2019 debut mixtape How I Am, he articulates this sentiment with the lines,
I don't need you, all I needed myself. I wasn't asking nobody for help.
The accompanying YouTube video, boasting 5 million views, captures him strolling through Driftwood in a Dolce & Gabbana hoodie and sunglasses, nonchalantly flipping through a stack of $100 bills. It serves as both a homage to his roots and a declaration of his ascent. In an interview with Complex magazine, he underscored his determination. "I want to be that story where it's like, that kid, he was very, very hands-on, and he stuck to his word, and he manifested everything he believed in, and got the job done." Houdini's decision to sign with Create Music Group marked a strategic move, aligning himself with a significant player in the independent music scene based in Los Angeles. Create Music Group's distribution network, spanning over 100 streaming platforms, offered Houdini a broad reach for his music of A&R at Create. Early 2020, Houdini had achieved significant milestones in his music career. He had released 2 successful mixtapes and a compelling 5-track EP titled Underground. The album cover, featuring the iconic CN Tower buried in desert sand, was a symbolic representation of Houdini's personal and artistic journey. During this period, Houdini's YouTube videos consistently garnered hundreds of thousands of views, solidifying his position in the rap scene. Beyond his musical accomplishments, Houdini ventured into merchandising with his Hooligans brand, which quickly gained popularity and consistently sold out online. Financial success allowed him to indulge in luxury, exemplified by his acquisition of a custom-made, diamond-encrusted Rolex Sky Dweller.
When you see a young nigga in the street, and you look at his wrist and you look at your wrist and it's the same thing, and we Sky Dweller it up, my man don't got a deal yet. He out here going crazy.
A timepiece associated with a hefty price tag of over $115,000. His Instagram post capturing the moment of purchase underscored his financial independence, proudly stating, "I put a house on my wrist before a record deal." However, Houdini's meteoric rise did not come without its challenges. The intensely competitive and sometimes volatile nature of Toronto's independent rap scene fueled jealousy among his peers. While the community was known for its creativity and collaboration, it also harbored underlying tensions, driven by long-standing neighborhood rivalries and turf wars. The same social media platforms that propelled Houdini to fame became a double-edged sword, intensifying envy and contributing to an atmosphere of rivalry and, at times, violence. In his lyrics, Houdini acknowledged the potential dangers of becoming too famous. His cautionary words mirrored the complex reality of navigating the rap industry, where success and recognition could be a double-edged sword, bringing both opportunities and unforeseen challenges. The narrative captures the multifaceted nature of Houdini's journey, blending artistic achievement with the intricate dynamics of the music scene in Toronto. The eruption of violence within Toronto's rap community can be linked to pivotal incidents, with one of the key catalysts being the 2017 shooting of Liban Randall, widely recognized by his stage name, Robin Banks. Hailing as an early breakout star from Driftwood, Robin Banks gained prominence through his music, particularly the popular collaboration with Houdini's friend Pressa, titled Was Gang.
Know my niggas, so you know I'm about my niggas. If you diss my niggas, then you know we pulling triggers.
This track featured Robin rapping about taking drastic actions against those who disrespected his friends and gained recognition, even capturing the attention of renowned rapper Meek Mill. There were reports of discussions about Robin Banks potentially signing with Meek Mill's label, Dream Chasers. The turning point occurred on a night in April 2017, when Robin Banks ventured out to Cameo Lounge, a hookah bar in Vaughan, to celebrate his musical success. Abruptly, the celebratory atmosphere turned into chaos as 2 assailants opened fire, mercilessly shooting Robin Banks multiple times, with at least 1 bullet grazing his skull. Despite the severity of the attack, Robin Banks miraculously survived, albeit with life-altering consequences. He was left paralyzed. Social media, which had played a role in the dissemination of music and the promotion of artists, became a battleground for taunts, disrespect, and the perpetuation of rivalries. The shooting of Robin Banks served as a grim reminder of the underlying conflicts and hostilities that could escalate within the rap scene, blurring the lines between artistic expression and real-life consequences. The aftermath of Robin Banks's shooting created a perilous atmosphere within Toronto's rap community, where targeting artists from rival neighborhoods became disturbingly akin to earning a trophy. The situation escalated dramatically in June 2018 with the alleged involvement of Abdulkadir Handule, performing as 21 Neat, in the fatal shooting of 21-year-old Regent Park rapper Javante Smart, widely known as Smoke Dawg. The tragic incident unfolded outside Cube, a nightclub on Queen West, where Ernest Madekwi, a brand manager for the hip-hop collective Prime, also lost his life in the attack. Smoke Dawg, on the brink of breaking into the US music scene and having previously toured with Drake, faced a promising career cut short. Drake himself mourned Smoke Dawg's death on Instagram, expressing dismay at the increasing loss of gifted and blessed individuals. Despite his plea for peace, the tragic event triggered an unexpected and deadly feud, with individuals posting gruesome videos of Smoke Dawg's lifeless body on the street, further escalating tensions. While Regent Park and Driftwood had minimal historic conflict, Smoke Dawg's death became a catalyst for a deadly feud. In the subsequent months, rappers from both neighborhoods became targets, regardless of their direct involvement in the conflict. The violence reached a devastating climax in late 2019 and early 2020, claiming the lives of several up-and-coming Toronto rappers associated with the independent Up Top movement label founded in Driftwood. Among the victims was 18-year-old Keyshawn Brown, known as YS, a Driftwood rapper murdered in Surrey. BC fans speculated that Farah Handul, 21 Neat's brother, known as 22 Neat, might have been involved. A few days after the alleged incident, Farah Handul was found dead in the middle of a Calgary road. This series of tragic events continued with the killing of Jacquar Stewart, a rapper known as Bvlly, on Christmas Eve in Oshawa. The interconnectedness of these incidents, with many of the victims having collaborated with Houdini or each other, underscores the complex web of relationships within Toronto's rap scene. The violence not only claimed promising lives, but also cast a shadow over the collaborative and creative spirit that had defined the city's independent rap community. In the wake of the unresolved murders, online platforms such as Reddit and YouTube have become battlegrounds for contentious debates, where fans and critics alike claim credit, celebrate perceived victories, and callously mock the victims. These digital discussions, unfolding in comment threads, serve not only as a forum for idle, voyeuristic chatter for fans, but also as a potentially perilous space for those involved in the real-world conflicts. The digital realm has become a breeding ground for arguments, with individuals from feuding areas in the city leveraging social media platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok to instigate and escalate conflicts.
Yo, we're from Driftwood, we're not from Regent Park, man. Get out of here.
It's not uncommon to find clips of individuals deliberately placing themselves in perceived enemy territory, taunting rivals with provocative posts. For instance, the Driftwood rapper YG created an Instagram video filmed in an area later identified as Regent Park. The video, featuring YG showcasing his heavy chains and rapping on the street, has garnered tens of thousands of views on YouTube. Some videos bear opposing rappers' online handles, often accompanied by the acronym WUIA, Where You At? In more explicit cases, rappers engage in direct dissing, asserting territorial dominance. Artists also utilize their lyrics as a means of taking aim at rivals, boasting about their toughness, knowledge of firearms, and superiority over adversaries. In the collaboration Auntie between YG and Houdini, YG makes a trigger gesture and raps,
I put a dozen in my back,
presumably referencing the 2017 murder of Rexdale rapper Young Dubs. The verbal sparring extends beyond recorded tracks, with some rappers engaging in live sessions on platforms like Instagram. During these live streams, rival artists trade insults about the perceived value of their designer clothes and shoes, the size of their chains, and even question each other's authenticity in achieving success, blurring the lines between online banter and real-world animosity. Houdini's accomplishments were more than just virtual. He took pride in showcasing them prominently on his Instagram feed. The visual narrative of his success included screenshots of trending albums, stacks of cash, luxurious cars, expensive fashion ensembles, and opulent gold chains. In a community where defying the expectation of achieving greatness is an anomaly, especially given the challenging environment of Driftwood. Houdini's rise to fame, coupled with his unabashed display of wealth and style, inadvertently placed a target on his back. In September 2019, tragedy struck during a recording session in Brampton with his friend Lil D, an 18-year-old aspiring rapper. Lil D left the studio in the early morning hours, and while driving down Highway 410 near Sandalwood Parkway East, fell victim to a fatal shooting by a group of gunmen. Rumors and online speculation suggested that the assailants believed they were trailing Houdini instead. What set Houdini apart in the complex dynamics of rap beef was his reluctance to engage in public taunts or provocations against other artists. While his lyrics delved into his life in Driftwood and the struggles in the neighborhood, he rarely used them as a platform for direct antagonism. Instead, his focus was on showcasing his lifestyle, affluence, and fashion sense, rather than promoting violence or displaying firearms. Houdini's success acted as a buffer, distancing him from the criminal activities affiliated with some of his friends in Driftwood. Despite his growing success, Houdini remained cautious, especially during his visits back home to Toronto. The public recognition was becoming more frequent as fans started to identify him in public spaces. Whether at Square One Mall in Mississauga, where a teen admirer shyly followed him around before requesting a photo, or at Stackz, where a clerk consistently offered him an employee discount, Houdini's fame was increasingly visible. Even during seemingly ordinary activities, like going to the movies with his family, Houdini executed a tactical approach. He would have his sister, Maya, exit the car first to assess the surroundings, ensuring the coast was clear before making his entrance. Once inside, he draped his jacket over his head, concealing his face with a scarf. The need for discretion extended to his online presence. Houdini, aware of the risks associated with publicizing his location, refrained from sharing details about his whereabouts whenever he was in Toronto. Sometimes, he wouldn't even confirm that he was back in the city. My chances because I'm blessed. God's got me. In April 2020, amid the initial wave of the pandemic, Houdini planned to return to Toronto after being away for several months. His longing for family and the desire to reconnect with his roots prompted the decision, despite concerns raised by his sisters, Kim and Maya. Kim, particularly worried about his safety, attempted to dissuade him by highlighting Toronto's high COVID case count and potential risks associated with airport travel. However, Houdini's yearning to be with family prevailed, and he returned home by Easter. The family reunion, initially idyllic, took place at Kim's house for Easter dinner. Houdini reveled in being the center of attention, sharing his prized possessions, including a diamond watch and a $3,000 Goyard crossbody bag. The atmosphere was charged with joy as they played his music, and Houdini gleefully entertained the idea of purchasing houses for both his parents. Laughter reverberated, infectious and That night, he shared a video on Snapchat featuring the family gathered around the dinner table, an unwitting farewell to the last time they were all together. In May 2020, Houdini found himself in the midst of celebration and anticipation. Staying at an Airbnb in the vibrant entertainment district, he had reasons to rejoice his latest EP, Underground, had achieved success, and he was eagerly awaiting the arrival of his child. On May 26th, dressed in a gray hoodie, Houdini left his residence around 4 p.m., accompanied by 3 individuals, including a 15-year-old named Hooligan Wassa, a fellow aspiring rapper. Security footage captured the group crossing the street near the Bisha Hotel at King West and Blue Jays Way, moving in proximity to a rented blue Volkswagen Tiguan. As they approached the car, seemingly waiting inconspicuously, a chilling turn of events unfolded. Houdini, momentarily lowering his guard, walked near the Tiguan, and in an instant, the driver executed a sharp U-turn. An unidentified shooter, clad in all black and wearing a blue face mask, emerged from the vehicle, opening fire. Chaos erupted. Bystanders scattered. A woman was struck by a bullet, and a 6-year-old boy sought refuge in the doorway of the hotel's lobby. The 15-year-old companion returned fire with a handgun. In the midst of the turmoil, Houdini ran into a nearby alley, attempting to evade the assailants. Tragically, within a span of 1 minute and 36 seconds, Houdini's life came to an abrupt end. The aftermath revealed the grim reality of the incident. Numerous shell casings and 2 handguns were recovered from the street, and the Tiguan, now implicated in the crime, was discovered torched in York region. The police summoned Houdini's sisters, Kim and Maya, to watch the surveillance video. Overwhelmed with grief, they could barely discern their brother in the footage, let alone provide any insights into the identity of the assailant. Despite its viral spread on social media platforms, the sisters chose not to watch the video again. In the aftermath of the tragedy, Kim and Maya, burdened with sorrow, faced the painful task of cleaning out Houdini's Airbnb within 3 days. In a gesture of love and remembrance, they added 2 signs near the pyramids of flowers and candles, one reading, "Hooligans 4L, we love you," and the other, "Forever Houdini." In the aftermath, a wave of online tributes flooded social media platforms under hashtags such as #RipHoudini and #ForeverHow. Notable figures in the music industry, including Tory, Lanez, and Meek Mill, expressed their grief. Tory Lanez shared poignant Instagram posts, admitting to the struggle against tears, while Meek Mill offered prayers to Houdini's loved ones. He had made on the music community and the void left by his untimely departure. In the wake of Houdini's tragic death, a profound sense of grief and anger permeated the sentiments of his fans. Social media platforms became a battleground for expressions of sorrow and frustration, as tweets oscillated between lamentations like, "When do we say enough is enough?" For Houdini's family, the public image often portrayed on TV and in print seemed distant from the person they knew and loved. His mother, Sophia Jenkins, was immobilized by grief, while his sisters, Kim and Maya, took on the challenging task of planning a funeral amidst COVID-19 restrictions. Unable to see their brother's body, Kim had to identify him by his distinctive Rolex. Determined to create a tribute befitting Houdini's larger-than-life personality, they adorned his casket with blue and white flowers, spelling procession through driftwood in a Cadillac, with the family riding in 2 rented Rolls-Royces. The procession wound through the streets where they grew up, celebrating the neighborhood their brother cherished. The spectacle was a testament to their love for Houdini and a defiant assertion of his legacy. The crowd that followed was so vast that the sisters couldn't count the number of cars. At one point, they paused for a moment, and people from their community joined them on the street, chanting, "Long live Houdini." Kim reflects, "We went out with a bang. We didn't do it quietly." Their aim was clear, to showcase who the king of Driftwood truly was. In the aftermath of Houdini's murder, a vigil was organized at Black's Restaurant and Dive Bar in Downsview. However, the somber gathering took a dark turn when a sedan pulled up and its occupants opened fire on the crowd. In the ensuing chaos, some individuals, including Houdini's friends Trequan Mahoney aka Burna Bandz and Gadiel Lednek aka GD, reportedly fired back. In a brief 4-second encounter, over 60 shell casings were found at the scene. Mahoney and Lednek were subsequently arrested and charged. Also known as Rowan Atkins, released a video for his song Avengers K that begins with a tribute to Houdini. However, in August 2020, police alleged that Atkins encouraged his Instagram followers to shoot everyone in Regent Park. He was arrested in 2021 and charged with 30 offenses, including attempted murder. Young Lava, another rapper, released a diss track aimed at Houdini titled Quitter, featuring artwork depicting a top hat with a gunshot wound and blood pooling underneath, adding to the layers of tension within Toronto's rap community. Pressa, a close friend and collaborator, released a posthumous collaboration titled Mansion, a testament to the enduring creative spirit Houdini brought to his craft. The music video for Mansion on YouTube has amassed over 2.6 million views, and the song has achieved gold certification in Canada, a testament to the ongoing impact of Houdini's artistry. In April 2021, more than a year after Houdini's passing, his family unveiled a poignant music video for another of his works, Part of Me. In this soul-searching composition, Houdini reflects on the toxicity of the hood, lamenting the loss of friends and grappling with the pervasive jealousy and neighborhood politics that contributed to their untimely deaths. The release of these posthumous works not only pays homage to Houdini's lyrical prowess, but also serves as a poignant reminder of the societal challenges he sought to address through his music. Despite the passage of time, the identity of Houdini's killer remains shrouded in mystery. Connection with Houdini's murder. Hobbs is also linked to 2 other homicides, underscoring the complex web of criminal activities surrounding Houdini's tragic end. The quest for justice continues, leaving Houdini's friends, family, and fans grappling with unanswered questions and a lingering sense of loss. Thank you for joining us in this reflective journey through the life and legacy of Toronto legend Houdini. If you found this video insightful or moving, we invite you to subscribe and hit the like button. Your support means a lot to us. If you have any thoughts on Houdini's story or suggestions for future videos, please share them in the comments below. We appreciate your engagement and look forward to bringing you more quality content. Until next time, thank you for being a part of our community.